Hey, I'm PZ, and this is the OBL Hockey Podcast. I'm joined today with my co-host, Matty Torosian. Matt, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. Love being on the OBL podcast. It's one of my favorites.
It's good to see you. It's
great to see you
it's
too.
good to see you. Yeah, you're just out of town for a little bit. Before we get rolling here, we just want to remember that if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, or follow. We'd really appreciate that. If you're feeling generous, maybe give us a comment. Let us know how we're doing on the pod today, or give us a review. That would be fantastic, and it really helps get the word out, which is what we want to do with the pod. Is get the word out about beer league hockey and just fellowship and having a great time.
Absolutely, and hey, get a friend to sign up too. We could use the extra body.
Get your lineies.
That's right.
Get your lineies out there. So, like we said, episode 3, OBL Hockey Podcast. Happy to be here. We have a full show, and we don't have a lot of time. So we're going to run through our NHL Round-Up of our teams, and I know you're a regular viewer. We'll have a quiz here in a second of the podcast. We're going to talk about Olden in the way. 3-game losing streak. We're going to talk about the last 2 games against the Gray Wolves and against the Greaseballs from Callahan Auto. And we're going to talk about what we need to do to get the ship turned around.
Absolutely. This ship is turning.
It is going to turn. And then we'll catch up with Matt, see what he's been doing and what he's got going on. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about the NHL for a minute. So, quiz for you. An OBL Hockey Podcast quiz.
I am up for the challenge.
Which teams do we follow on the OBL Hockey Podcast here?
Well, we definitely follow the Blues, but that's mainly me. And then we certainly
I follow the Blues. Don't you worry.
We definitely follow the Blackhawks.
Yes, we do.
And certainly the Avalanche,
of course, because they're hometown team here in Colorado.
We can't fight our DNA, but we can still watch the Avs, and they're definitely a good team to watch.
They are a good team. I remember that. I remember you and I went to a game last year.
I don't remember that game.
The Blues Avs game.
I have intentionally blacked it out of my memory for life.
Quite enjoyable. Yes, that was a rough one. That was a rough one. Anybody else that you know of that we cover here on the OBL Hockey Podcast, thinking of maybe other co-hosts and teams that they may like?
Greg's a Boston fan. I just have a hard time even saying the name, really.
Which name, Greg or Boston?
Boston.
The Boston Bruins. That's correct. Yes, we follow the Boston Bruins, and there's a couple more teams that we've been keeping a close eye on because we have friends of the show on the team.
I'm guessing that's the New Jersey Devils.
Bingo.
And the Vancouver Canucks.
No, but we maybe will start following them. The other one, just to cut to the chase, is the Montreal Canadiens. Friend of the show, Noah Dobson. And then, yes, New Jersey Devils, friend of the show, Luke and Jack Hughes. And you were referencing Vancouver because of Quinn. All friends of the show.
And Greg Jackson.
And great guys. So let's just, real quick, we're Western Conference guys, so we'll do a little blast of and seeing what's going on because 2 of our teams are Eastern Conference teams. So we'll start off with the Montreal Canadiens because friend of the show, Noah Dobson. They are up at the top of the Eastern Conference, 18 points, with the other teams, which are Detroit, New Jersey, Pittsburgh, all at the top of the Eastern Conference. There's games tonight. We'll see what happens, but they all have 18 points, and then there's Boston, who at this point is 7-7 and up with 14 points. And as you know, being a listener of the show, and we've talked about it here with Greggy, they're rebuilding. They are young, big, according to Greg. So I would say 14 points, middle of the pack.
Bad for a rebuilding year for any team.
Not bad for a rebuilding year. And,
for sure.
I think a surprise for Bruins fans.
I think so. I think kind of throughout the league, there's some surprises.
They are.
Which is good news. And I think
Montreal is stacked.
They are. And it seems like youth is the word of the day, I think, in the NHL today. There's just a lot of really good young players on these teams, and they're not 5-year, 10-year veterans, 2 or 3-year veterans.
Yeah.
And they're tearing it up, quite frankly.
I agree. And, when we get to talking about, hey, Wilco, when we get to talking about the Blackhawks, we'll be talking about some young kids.
But
yeah. Just for the sake of being fair, when we move to the Western Conference, we will start with the Colorado Avalanche. Wilco is here. He wants to say hello. And the Avs are on top of the West with 19 points. McKinnon is up at the top in scoring with 10 goals, 9 apples. Makar is leading defenseman with 18 points. I mean, the's nobody even close.
No shocker in those two leading the way.
So it seems to me, and I have not watched a lot of Avs games this year, but it seems like from what I have seen and talking about the Avs in at DU on Friday mornings
Oh.
or in the room with the boys and Olden in the way is they've got a chip on their shoulder. They feel like they've got something to prove, like they've missed opportunities, and so
Well,
they're
and frankly, Pat, they should. The talent on that team, getting Natchez, they're just stacked every line. They should be winning like the Dodgers 2 or 3 cups in a row. Now, I'm going to be skeptical they can do that, but they ought to at least pull one off.
Well, I think that they know that the window is
Yeah,
maybe closing a little
sure.
bit, although they do have 2 Makars on the team now.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
What's that? His brother?
Kale's brother, yeah.
Cool. I love seeing brothers play.
Yeah.
It's always great. Same team, especially. Sometimes it's the other team that can get a little testy, but I love it
Yeah.
when they're playing with their own brothers.
Yeah. No, that's really cool for sure.
It is.
But the Avs seem like they're on a mission. We can switch gears
Mhm.
to talk about more towards the bottom of the Central of the West and the St. Louis Blues,
Yeah,
who
they are.
right now are occupying that spot
Yes, they are.
at 4-7-2, 10 points. So surprised to see. I was looking at the rankings on goalies.
Yeah.
Binners is number 34. 8.
He's horrible.
What the hell
Well,
is
let me couch that. He has not played well, neither has Hoffer, and the defense in front of them has been horrific. Horrific. Some of the worst defense I've ever seen in a St. Louis team. But we beat Edmonton last night. We've been competitive the last 2 or 3 games. They're building, as they say, but there's no excuse for a 7 consecutive losses in the first 10 games of the year. So they got a chip on their shoulder now, and I think that they'll be better, but they got another tough hill to climb.
question? What is brother Brian saying about the Blues right now?
Even on a podcast, I can't say what brother Brian would say.
Nice.
That's how bad it is.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Poor guy. So what's going on with the Blues?
I have no idea. They have a historic reputation and, let's say, experience over the last 2 or 3 years of not starting well, but this is a little worse. The only good news is it's early. What you said, the winning what does Montreal have, 18 points?
18 in the East.
18 in the East. I mean,
Colorado's got 19.
there's we're still at 10 and we just went through a 7-game losing streak. So, we did get 2 points out of some of those losses. With some overtime losses. But, it's early. So I think that they still got a chance. But, I'm a hardcore Blues fan. So as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that they're a playoff team. Got Jim Montgomery behind the bench. And I'm guessing he's just hot pissed. But it's on his it's on his shoulders.
It's on his shoulders, and like I said, I think that the first 6 or 7 games were just atrocious. I mean, they were giving up 5, 8 goals a game.
What do you think that they were thinking that game against the Blackhawks when they made several goalie changes?
All bad. You do that, you go to the box, 2 minutes by yourself, and you feel shame,
That's what they felt.
And then you get free.
Yeah, well, I can imagine.
A dark period for Blues fans. But
Yeah.
on one bright note before we move on, because I know we have some other teams to talk about, but
Well, we've got the team to talk about.
Dalibor Dvorsky.
Okay.
First goal last night in his second game up in the NHL.
Tell us more.
5th game overall. I think he played 2 or 3 games last year. One-timer.
Where's he from? Where's he from? How old is he? What's the scoop with this kid?
He is 20 years old. I think he's Czech. I'm not sure. He's big, 6 foot, 20-year-old. He's been in the minors last year and this year in the AHL, and he's torn it up. He was, I think, a 8th or 9th round pick overall 2 years ago. So we're super excited about him.
Nice.
Dvorsky.
To finish out the NHL roundup, we'll talk about the Chicago Blackhawks, my Blackhawks, sitting right there in the middle, 13 points, 5-5-3. We were talking earlier about young talent, and that team, obviously, we've been going through many, many years of rebuilding and lottery draft picks. So we should have good young talent.
They look talented. I mean, of course, they put the whoop ass on the Blues just a few weeks ago. But I've watched some of their games, and they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Bedsy is on pace to be a little bit better than Kaner for the first, I think it was the first 100 games or something like that.
Yeah.
Just saw that stat the other night.
We'll see.
He's got that you have to do that over 20 years,
Right.
but there's no reason to think he can't unless he gets some major injury or something.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Yeah. Obviously, Connor Bedard, everybody's been talking about him. Frank Nazar, Oliver Moore played his first game this year, got called up from Rockford because Dickinson went down on the injured list.
Oh, I didn't know Dickinson was out.
Yeah, he's got some sort of a shoulder. I'm guessing he separated his shoulder, and he kept trying to play, and it's one of those things where I don't know if you've ever.
Shoulders can be tough.
Yeah, I've had a separated shoulder for 3 years now.
Yeah, separated shoulders, rotator cuffs, they're all bad.
So anyway, back to the Blackhawks. Surprised at their compete level.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was going to be a rebuilding year. Everybody acknowledged that, and like I said earlier in our conversation about the league overall, there's kind of a lot of surprises with some teams that look really good. I mean, the league continues to just get better and faster. It really does.
I think part of it, and maybe it's because I've been paying more attention over the last few years, but college hockey, I think, has contributed a lot. And it seems like a lot of these kids are coming out of the colleges, like Michigan and DU and, all those BC, BU. I mean, all those programs. There's more kids going to college and playing, and there's more kids coming into the NHL,
and more prepared because of that collegiate playing that they've had.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Because you just look at the young talent in the league, and it's just, like I said, 2-year veterans are playing like 6 or 8 year veterans. It used to take 5 years roughly for a player to really kind of hit their stride.
Yeah.
And these guys are lighting it up at 2 years, 1 year, first years.
Yeah, the college kids have been great, and I think a great addition, and part of the reason why we're seeing this. But I know that for the Blackhawks and Kyle Davidson, the GM, I mean, the model is fast, not afraid to get dirty, and have a hard nose on the puck.
Yeah,
and that's
historical Blackhawk hockey when you get down to it. I mean, maybe the speed has changed, I think, but
and
always gritty teams,
speed and skill,
but also willing to take the body when it needs to be taken and check well. I mean, you have to check well if you're going to win in this league, and I don't mean just plowing people, but just using your body to separate people,
create
from the puck.
Separation.
Yep.
Blackhawks, I think they're going to be a pest to a lot of teams in the league. They're not that team that, we got the Blackhawks coming in, we could play Hoffer and then Binnington and then Hoffer. They're not that.
They're no pushover.
They're not that. They're not that team anymore.
Yep.
Which is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
For a Blackhawks fan.
And it's fast. It's fast hockey. It's skilled hockey, and that's why I think the Hawks are fun to watch. And I think most of these teams, anybody that's doing well right now, and even some that aren't, have a lot of young players, and I love seeing them excel, and it's I think a more fun brand of hockey to watch because it's so fast.
Yeah, and I'd also like to mention that we've got Burakovsky, who has been playing just incredible.
He's a
Bertuzzi's been playing out of his mind. So, I mean, there's some veterans that are really stepping up.
There are.
And so I was listening to the guys on the CHGO Hockey Podcast. They were talking about Burakovsky, and in a post-game interview, he said, "We're a better team than we're playing right now. We're a good team. We should be winning these games, not like the years past where you got Jason Dickinson and Nick Foligno. Yeah, we're going through the process of being young and growing. So to have a guy like Burakovsky come in who has his name on the cup twice, he's got the hardware to prove it. To say we're good, we're good enough to hang in here, and he's not bullshitting.
No, I don't think he's bullshit at all. I think the Hawks. The only reason I'm going to say they may not make the playoffs is
they're not going to make the playoffs.
Is the West? I think they have a possibility because you don't know what. I mean, it's early.
We'll see.
But as in all the teams, including my beloved Blues and your beloved Hawks, the West is stacked. Vegas is no pushover. They're not doing great, but they got a lot of talent. They're deep. Utah is actually pretty good.
Seattle. The Hawks got beat by Seattle.
Seattle's on a bit of a run too.
They're kind of boring.
I don't know who's their young rooks. Do you know? I don't recall.
They've got Matty Beniers.
Oh yeah, well, but he's been in the league for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
so.
a couple of years ago, Matty Beniers won the Rookie of the Year.
But again, Utah's pretty good. Vegas always a threat. LA, I think they're still kind of in that 50-50 range, 500-ish.
Yeah, the teams that should be at the top really aren't at the top right now,
Right.
including your Blues. There's some teams that aren't where they were predicted to be.
Yeah, Minnesota was picked, I think, to be a little better than what they've been.
Yeah.
All of them can beat you on any given night, and that's what makes the West, I think, really tough. Where I think there's a couple of teams in the East that are a bit of a pushover. Don't you?
Well, what do they say by Canadian Thanksgiving? If you're in a playoff position, then that's going to be the playoff hunt. Now, that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, that was a couple of weeks ago.
And the Blackhawks were in a playoff position at that point. However, I think this was an early Canadian Thanksgiving. Somebody in the comments tell me if I'm right or wrong about that. And what we will really see is what is going to happen and where all the teams are. But what we'll see is where the teams are for American Thanksgiving. That's going to really be the measure, and who's in position by then.
I think so. I think you'll see who's consistently winning by then.
Yeah.
But me being a Blues fan and the history of the team, we were in dead last January, and we were in dead last in 2019 in January. A lot can change. It's a long season, but generally speaking, that doesn't happen very often. Usually by mid-season, Thanksgiving, I think, is a good marker. New Year's, maybe. You can't just win. You have to win consistently. And if you can't win consistently, you're not going to be there in the end.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about these young guys and all these teams, to me, is that they figure it out fast. It's not uncommon for them to look at Carr in his first 2 years he was here in Denver. I mean, do you want to keep the first year or the second year?
I think he was maybe in his third year.
Third year?
Or fourth year by then. Maybe a third or fourth year.
And if you know, please leave it in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know. But yeah, so we'll wrap it up with the NHL. Blackhawks are on their longest road trip of the year. They, like I said, they were in Seattle last night. They're in San Jose tomorrow night, who San Jose just beat the Avs.
Yeah, San Jose is another team in the West that's dangerous.
Yeah. Well, they've got a lot of young talent.
Yep.
So, we'll see how the Blackhawks fare coming off that 6-gamer.
Anybody expected them to be worth a damn?
Now, let's start talking about hockey.
Real hockey.
So the Old in the Way, South Suburban Adult Hockey League down there at South Suburban, Highlands Ranch, sometimes family, like this week in Centennial. So Old in the Way, we're on a 3-game slide. We are currently 1-4 after 5 games. Like I said, losing the last 3. We talked about the game against the Danglers that we lost and we shouldn't have lost, but we're going to talk about the last couple games, including the game against the Gray Wolves, new team in the league. Ryan Tennant, one of our founding goalies of Old in the Way. That's his team. They've been together for a long time. I think playing over at Ice Ranch or maybe at Big Bear.
Big Bear, yeah.
One of those places. But they're over in South Suburban now. They had 7 guys.
They had the right 7 apparently, because I thought we had a good chance to beat them, and I think we just came up a little short.
Yeah, we did. And then last week, which we'll talk about here, is the those guys from Callahan Auto, which was, really a tipping point for me, and we'll get to that here in a second. We're at a turning point in the season.
We have to be, because in contrast to our discussion about the NHL, here we are, 4 or 5 games in, and there's only 12 games, maybe 13 games.
There's 20 games.
Is there 20? Okay.
There's 20 games.
Even still, it's a short season.
Yeah.
Game-wise, and if we're going to make a run in the playoffs, we have to get our shit together and build something that's going to be sustainable for the rest of that 20 games.
Yeah,
15 or so. Let's win.
Winning.
Winning.
Yeah. We'll take a look at the standings of the South Suburban Adult Hockey League here. So you got Good Vibe Tribe, the Broncos, the Meats, Dirk Danglers, the Gray Wolves, then the T-Birds, Fat Pucks, Callahan Auto, the Whalers, Old in the Way, and the White Russians and the Shovely Joes. That's the way it shakes out. We have a number 10 next to us in a league of 12. 1-4. We're -10, which actually is not that bad.
No, minus 10 is not that bad. And both Shauner and Guy on his stand-in week,
And Dev.
and Dev played for us once too, all have done a great job.
Yeah.
Really, our goalies are our strength.
Yeah. So a couple weeks ago, we had a game against the Gray Wolves. Ryan Tennant's team, founding member of Olden in the Way, goalie. Shawnee was not able to make it. So we had another founding member
Yeah.
of Olden in the Way, Devin Kashnick. He came in. He played an unbelievable game. I just can't thank him enough. I mean, to come out to a game at 10 o'clock
Take some commitment.
on a Monday night, I mean, that's great, especially if you're a goalie and you've played on Olden in the Way before and you kind of get a flavor of what happened.
Yeah.
So we did what we usually do and that we cannot keep doing is we got down early in the game against the Gray Wolves in the first period. It was 3-0 after the first period.
Yeah, it was a slow start for sure. And I think in that game, if my memory serves me correct, we really struggled. We just struggled to score. We were really having a hard time putting the puck in the net.
Yeah.
We had some chances.
We have that problem almost every game because we especially the last three, because if you don't get more than the other guy, you end up in the losing column.
Wrong column.
But yeah, so the Gray Wolves, I do recall that they had the 7, right?
Yeah, they were short. They had the right 7, and they moved the puck well, and we tried to wear them down, but again, we came up short on the scoring side.
Yeah, well, we get down early, and especially when you're playing a team, beer league strategy, a team that has a short bench. I mean, the thing that you want to do is jump on the lead early. So because by the third period, if you're trying to play catch up, as we know, it's a little bit harder to do, but we were able to come back a little bit in the second period. They got a goal early, so we're down 4-0, and the tide starts to turn a little bit. We're starting to maybe wear them down a little bit.
I think so.
We're starting to move the puck a little bit better, and we get a goal by John Fulton, one of the new guys this year, who's been playing great. Actually, he had 2 goals in this game. So after the second period, it was 4-1. So we came out in the third period, and they got another goal early. So we're down 5-1, and then the second half of the third period, we turn it on, and we start to really press them. We shorten the bench a little bit, if I recall.
We did.
Which means that I wasn't playing D. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit, but we were able to really put some pressure on them and got 2 goals kind of quick back to back. Timmy scored one, and then John had his second one. And I mean, we were close right at the end of the game. I think, Greg maybe had a chance to get one in kind of at the last minute. We pulled Dev, but we weren't able to get the job done against the Gray Wolves. We did not take matters into our own hands.
We did not. And I think to your point earlier, when you get down, it takes so much effort to come back. It's hard to have enough gas to come back and then grab the game by the throat. And we didn't get a chance. We never did that really. Especially I think that first third period goal that they got really was a backbreaker.
Well, I understand where you're going with that. However, some teams may have thought that was a dagger. This is what I love about Olden in the Way.
We didn't let the breaks, that's for sure.
We did not back down.
No,
we did not quit. There is no quit in that room.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. It's a great room. The guys in that team are just top notch.
They are. It's the best room in the league for sure.
No doubt.
Best room probably in the state, maybe west of the Mississippi.
We could go with that.
Yeah. We didn't come out on top. And in case you were wondering, no, their uniforms were not gray. They were a combination of maroon and gray, and they were dark. And while I love our room, there's one thing that I can't stand.
Do tell.
After we lose a game, I don't care who it is. Nobody should be coming into the locker room saying, hey, they were nice guys. Hey, they were nice guys.
I wholeheartedly agree.
I mean, fellas.
And I don't even like laughter, at least for the first 10 minutes here in the locker room after a loss.
Well, it takes me a second too.
I would rather it be just stone quiet for 10 minutes anyway, because we need to be better and we need to figure that out. And
that game against the Gray Wolves is the last time that we're going to hear that.
Agreed.
We can't play like that.
No, we have to play better, and we will play better. I think we showed some flashes too in the Callahan game. We started that off. We did.
Let's
start
talk
off
about the
pretty well.
Callahan auto game last week.
Yeah, let's do, because I thought we had that one in hand. We were up. Things were looking good. Everything we were shooting was going in. And then I don't know what I don't
Well-
think we played worse. I just think that we couldn't put the puck
Well,
into that.
there's a few things, and that we'll get to it here in
Yeah.
a second. But we'll start in the pardon me. We'll start in the first period, and we do something that we usually don't do, and that is get out to a lead in the first period. Callahan did score the first goal of the game, so we were down early,
Oh, okay.
but we rallied back
About
and
that first
scored
goal,
4
yeah.
goals in a row. And then they scored one more at the end of the first period. So it's 4-2 going into the second period. That's when the wheels came off.
Literally.
I mean, there was some unbelievable goals in the first period by Oldman away. I mean, Nate had a couple great goals. Matty McGee had a goal. John
Yeah, John, I think had one too.
had a goal. Some great goals. And then the second period, the wheels fall off. We can't hit the broadside of a barn. We're getting pinned in our zone like we always do. Whatever happened, I don't know if it's the long change. I don't know what the scoop was, but something changed because in the second period, Callahan Auto scored 4 goals.
And I don't think we scored any more.
No, we didn't.
And I wish I could explain what that is, but rather than explain it, I guess if we could explain it, we could fix it. I don't think we can explain it. I think we just have to go out there with the right mindset that we're going to win.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep scoring until the buzzer goes.
Do you know what most teams do strategically that we do not do?
Low to high.
Cherry pick.
Yes. We definitely do. Well, I have a theory about this.
Let's hear it.
So I think it's not just cherry picking, but it's if our wings don't stay high, we can't lead with a rush. If our wings are low and the puck comes to the point, that's how we get hemmed in. If our wings are low, they can't break out the puck and get behind the opposition's defense.
Yeah.
So whether we're cherry picking and or rushing down the ice, we don't get that luxury because our wingers, and I'm one of them.
I'm going to be one of them here pretty soon.
Go down low to try and help out, and in the end, it doesn't help out at all. It actually hurts the play.
Yeah.
Because then we're hemmed in because the puck comes to the point, and there's no winger there. There's just the defenseman, and back it comes in, and then we're in trouble.
And
that's my theory on the strategy of.
Yeah, let me
problems
clarify.
are.
I'm really not saying that we should cherry pick. We should keep our wings high, or at least one. It prevents them from getting all that space where there are so many shots that are coming down from the slot where that puck's just getting pushed up the board and there's space down to the top of the circle.
Yep.
But if we would just be disciplined enough to stay high in our defensive zone, it makes breaking the puck out a lot easier. It just prevents them from going down because then they've got somebody to cover.
It's about not staying hemmed in, because if you look at most of the goals that they score against us, if it's not a breakaway, they've got us hemmed in and they're getting multiple shots. Their puck retrieval's pretty good, and we're out of position. So I think that's something we should be able to fix. I think we have to fix it if we're gonna turn this ship around.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to communicate. We need to communicate better, remind ourselves, that we need to be doing that. And because everybody wants to win.
Everybody wants to win.
So it's 6-4 after the second period. And this is when the game gets weird. So we're in between second and third period. All of a sudden, the ref, the long-haired ginger ref, the one that was standing over by the penalty box, starts blowing his whistle, starts screaming stuff. So he's over there talking to the guys from Callahan Auto, those douchebags, and he's getting some banter now. So he's getting a little bit more confidence. So he's staying to his gun, gives us a delay of game penalty.
The worst call in my 20 years of playing beer league.
The other ref who was sitting there while we were all out there getting ready to start the game is saying, What are you doing? What are you doing? But he stopped the game for 5 minutes and gave us a delay of game penalty. And I believe that they scored a power play goal on that penalty.
You are correct.
And
so we started off the third.
I've never seen Matty McGee that pissed.
I haven't either. Matty McGee was off the hook.
Yeah.
He was pissed, and he just not a person that really shows his emotions like that.
No, but
Matty, loved it. We absolutely loved it.
Not surprised. Not surprised. Then Matty gets a penalty later in the period by the same ref for a retaliation cross check or something like that. So they go on to score 3 more goals in the third period. After that ref situation, it was kind of like, what the hell's going on with this game? It became a little Mickey Mouse. We were down, and then they scored some unbelievable goals. That one guy scored just a shelf backhand from the goal line over Shawnee's shoulder. I have no idea how it went in.
It was a tip like that too.
And so it was just it just turned into one of those games. It turned into an old and in the way game.
Yes.
Where we ended up with run clock. Thank God.
Yeah, it did not go the way we saw it from the beginning, that's for sure. And I think all the games that we've lost, we could have and should be in it. We can beat any of these teams. There's no doubt in my mind. We've just got to have a good game plan and work hard and bring home a winner.
Go out and win. I want to wrap it up with Callahan Auto real quick. There's one thing that I didn't hear in that locker room was that they're nice guys. I could tell you that much.
Those words have never been said about Callahan Auto.
No. And we've beat them before, and we came in with the same record as them, and, it was pretty bad. But we're going to be back this week. We've got a game against a new team in the league, the White Russians. And what do you think of when you hear White Russians?
Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski. Yeah, the dude, right? Come on.
Dude.
But they are sitting with the same record as us, 1-4. The game is tomorrow night, 9:30. It's before 10 o'clock. It's way before 10 o'clock. I can't remember the last time we had a game that started at 9:30.
It may throw me off a little bit.
Yeah, right.
It's not 10 o'clock. What?
We'll just have to get the levels right. But it's over at Family Sports. First game of the year over at Family on the Avs rink where our Colorado Avalanche practice. Just pretty unbelievable.
Very nice facility.
I actually prefer Family over South Suburban.
I think the ice is better. A couple locker rooms are more than questionable, but
they're clean.
They're clean. Maybe only one shower for
hopefully
guys.
You don't get the odd number locker rooms.
Yeah, one shower for 14 guys.
Yeah, not so much.
Not good.
So I'm feeling good about the game against the White Russians on Wednesday night, tomorrow night.
I'm feeling good about it too, Patty. We're going to bring home a winner.
I haven't looked at the numbers to see who's in and who's not going to be able to make it.
I have not, but I believe in the room, and if somebody's not there, someone will step up.
Yeah.
So I think I can guarantee that we're going to win tomorrow.
Write that down, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Torosian, the Silky Mitts from Granite City,
guaranteeing a win
tomorrow night against the White Russians. We might not have White Russians after the game, but we'll have them during the game. How about that?
That sounds like a beautiful plan to me.
Yeah. So
I want me some White Russian.
So we'll definitely report back next time on what happened in the game with the new team in the league, the White Russians.
And we could talk about our win.
I'm feeling it too. I just can't go out on a limb and guarantee victory, mainly because I might be the worst hockey player in the league right now. I think that I need to.
I'm going to check that right out of your brain right now because that's far from the truth.
We're -10. I guarantee you that I'm more than -10.
Well,
and
there's a whole team out there, not just Patty.
Well, I want to help the team win.
I know.
I don't think I can guarantee you Sean would be happy not seeing 55 in his face.
There's no way.
I think I'm happy to be the 13th forward. I'll play wing. I'll skate hard. I'll back check. I'll get in the corner. We know I don't have the hands like you do or anything. I just think that someone else deserves a turn. And
I'm going to interject.
I'm not doing this to
I know. I disagree wholeheartedly with your assessment of your own play. I see lots of good plays out of you every game, and you always are hustling. So get that out of your head because it's not true. That said, if you want to move up and play forward, go play forward. I bounce back and forth a lot, and not by choice. I'd rather play D, but I think that it's beer league, it's serious hockey, but
I'm a liability.
You should play where you're comfortable. And over these years of playing, sometimes you get uncomfortable with one position, maybe stale. Move to something different.
Yeah, I mean that's
so. I think that's what you want to do. That's what you should do. But you shouldn't do it because you're not playing well. Because in my view, I think you're playing pretty damn good. As a team, we're not playing good.
No. Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. We'll see. You, however, your game as of late has been off the hook.
I don't know about off the hook, but I've been scoring.
You've been
goals.
Scoring.
Yeah, especially in pickup.
Especially at
I need
DU.
to translate that to our game.
Yeah, you do.
But Yeah, I've been feeling it lately.
We need the big inertia out there on the ice.
Everybody needs a barge.
Yep. We need the silky mitts from Granite City out there.
Oh.
So yeah, we'll report back after the game the next time about what happens. Anything new with you that you wanna get us caught up on?
Had a great time this weekend at Baylor.
Yeah.
Went to visit Simon at Baylor University in Waco, Texas. Went to homecoming.
Nice.
Did a keg stand.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Sick 'em Bears.
Bear down.
Did a keg stand. Went to a tailgate.
Ooh.
Saw a football game.
How's the keg?
It was shitty beer. I don't know.
I mean,
but it was fun, and those kids are having a good time. Those kids are having a good time, and they're enjoying school, and they seem to be working hard.
Yeah, nice.
It was a good trip, and then this coming week, I will be missing our game against the Fat Pucks in 2 weeks. Because I'll be all cut.
Okay.
Hopefully, some food for the freezer.
Hopefully, you bring home a winner.
I hope so.
It's been,
that's one guarantee I won't.
We've been talking about this for about 3 years now.
3 years, and I had still no fur. So hopefully we can get some.
I'm feeling it for you. Actually, this is what I'm going to guarantee: is Matty's getting an elk.
There we go.
Up there.
All right.
In number
15.
Number 15. Yeah, well, that's great. That sounds like fun.
And yeah, it should be. It's a nice time to reflect and spend 8 or 10 hours a day by yourself in the woods. It's something I like.
I talked to a friend of ours today, or at least via email. Our friend from Carmel, Rocky, who I'm not gonna, we won't spoil it, but he's going to be coming on, and we're going to be talking to him here on the OBL Hockey Podcast.
I hope I can join you for a little bit of that.
Absolutely.
I love the mustache.
It's going to be a new all time for the OBL Hockey Podcast.
For sure.
I mean, this is serious.
Folks, get ready.
This is some serious business.
This is serious business, and one of the best people you'll ever run into.
But that's stuff that we're talking about this year at the OBL Hockey Podcast. We're going to make it. We're going for it. We are absolutely going for it. We're here at the Double Nickel Studio. This is temporary. The new studio is just getting finished up right out there where we'll be next time. But this.
And it's looking good, folks.
It's not bad.
It's looking good.
Clearly, I have not. This is more for show than practice. Because
when you move to the new studio,
you'll
have a shooting range.
True.
$100 a night, all of you old and in the way. $100 a night.
Yep. But we'll wrap it up for episode 3 of the OBL Hockey Podcast. Matty, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love you too, man. We'll get everybody caught up on the games on the next OBL Hockey Podcast. In the meantime, to remind you, if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, follow, leave us a comment, let us know how we're doing, maybe give us a review. But we could really use that, and it really helps out getting the word out about the OBL Hockey Podcast, about beer league hockey and the greatest sport on the face of the earth.
Amen, brother.
So until next time, take it easy. We'll see you on the OBL Hockey Podcast.